So today on Screenshots, we're taking a very personal look at one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes of all time. It's that creepy classic, The Howling Man. Now, The Howling Man was episode 41 of the Twilight Zone series and originally aired actually Halloween week of November 4th, 1960. Now, written by the incomparable Charles Beaumont, from his 1960 story of the same name. The tome is told in flashback by an American named David Elting, played by the ever dapper H.M. Wynant. And it talks about when he was on a walking trip through post-War I Europe around 1925, he became lost in the storm. And during the storm, he sees a castle, a building, and walks towards it, which is a home of an order of brothers who basically turn out to be very religious in nature. He knocks on the door and pleads for help, but is told by the monk, played by John Carradine of all people, perfect casting, told by the monk to open the door he cannot give him shelter and that he must leave right away. And when he keeps on pleading for shelter, he hears a disturbing wolf-like howl from inside the castle. When Brother Jerome basically describes what's going on, he says that basically we cannot help him because our duties lie elsewhere. Ellington is reluctant to leave and eventually passes out, and when he wakes up, he's in the castle. Now, upon waking up inside the castle, he hears the howling again, a very chilling howl, like a human wolf, and investigates. Now, he finds a very bedraggled man in a cell who claims to be a prisoner of an insane religious order, locked up because allegedly he kissed his sweetheart in public, and he was beaten by Jerome using the staff that's blocking the entrance to the cell. When Elting is seen talking to the prisoner, Brother Jerome initially says he cannot explain why the person is in the cell. But Ellington says, listen, if you don't tell me what's going on, I'm going to go to police and tell them the man in the cell. And Brother Jerome, basically, his hands are tied, and eventually realized that Ellington's threat might be serious. He reveals the truth, that the prisoner in the cell is not a man, but rather the devil himself, and can only be controlled by the staff of truth, which is the staff that's being hold back the door. Because it's 1925, he's claiming that because they've held the devil at bay, the last 5 years have been peace. This is the First World War, and but Ellington doesn't believe it, and the story is so intense that Jerome he thinks Jerome is insane. Ellington finally decides to do something for the prisoner. He sees that the staff is easy to move, and he moves the staff. But when he does move the staff, he's brought to his knees, and all hell literally breaks loose. Now, not to give away the end of the episode, is probably one of the most chilling makeup and special effects transitions in TZ history. And this was a very important month in the history of Twilight Zone, because the next episode was the episode that's considered the best TZ episode of all time, The Eye of the Beholder. But I basically think The Howling Man holds up because in different parts it's a transitional time episode. You're looking back in time and moving forward. There's two mysteries going on, not just the one if the man in the cell is the real devil. But the episode has been studied for years and years, trying to determine if it was proved that Searling made the Twilight Zone a religious show. There was heavy positive Christian aspects to many episodes of Twilight Zone, and this talks about this. If a person is the devil, do we have the right as Christians to stop the devil from doing exactly what he was ordained to do, because the devil is a fallen angel? So, I mean, are you interrupting God's plan by holding back the devil? Because a real world, there's good and evil, and there's whole kind of studies and allegories on the episode. So if you ever see this episode, it's on American Netflix. It's on different streaming services. It's been the episodes itself have been redone over the years for a better quality. The initial black and white print was kind of muddied. I've seen the HD, the 4K version of this. It's just beautiful, the cinematography of this. And everything is shot at an angle, which gives it more resonance. So my next podcast, by the way, will be another Rod Serling inspired program, The Waiting Room from Night Gallery, which is again one of my favorite Rod Serling episodes of his productions. That will be something to look at as well. Very psychologically disturbing. Again, The Howling Man, give it 5 stars out of 5, is one of my top 20 favorite TV episodes of all time. Anybody who sees this episode for the first time, they're forever changed by the impact of The Howling Man. Keep your stick in the ice. Have a good day. Bye.